So you guys know how to punch it out. I will say the word. You would just say, my word is duck. And then they would respond with duck. And that would be their response to you. So as you start to introduce the lessons, your modeling can be as much as you feel is needed. And then you can start to kind of pull yourself out and let them respond. The hand motion for punch it out is the teacher would be your left arm. Because you're showing the end of the word. So right is the beginning, left is the end. You can pull your word across the body like this, to be able to say neat and punch up for the t sound. Or you can stay right here and say neat and punch up for the final sound. Either one can work. This motion, for some reason, helps students identify the final sound. Students tend to drop sounds when we speak, and so to be able to say neat, what's the final sound? They would say, isolating that last sound that they hear. So let's try it with a few words. I'll say the word, you punch out the final sound. Globe. Here we go. I'll model it with you. Globe. What's the final sound? B. My word is web. Here we go. Or sorry, we already did a b. My word is take. Take. What's the final sound? My word is froze. Froze. What's the final sound? Just like with onset fluency, we want to make sure our students are clipping those sounds. They're saying zzz, t, p, because rope doesn't end with a p, it ends with p, the final sound we hear. As you start to think about introducing this for the first time, you might say to students, what's the final sound in your name? Can we punch up for your final sound? So helping them to listen for beginning and end. Sometimes teachers worry about students knowing the difference between initial, medial, and final sounds. And so you can always bring in something that would represent initial, medial, and final. To be able to say, look, here's my first sound, it's always going to be blue. Or my middle sound will always be red, my final sound will always be yellow. I've talked with some teachers who work with students who are a little bit more might be nonverbal or might struggle with this a little bit more. So giving them a visual that you would keep consistent could work as well. To be able to say, my word is less. Less. This is my final sound. This is at the end of my word. For some of our students who are struggling learners, that whole idea of final or end, that's a concept in itself. So being able to visually show this is the last sound in a word. Yesterday, there was a teacher here who said he does like summer. Summer, that this is the beginning, this would be the end. And so being able just to show that visual of beginning, and so punch it out can be brought in in the very beginning of the curriculum. In the 2020 book, it's written in from the very beginning. In the 2015 and 2017, it comes in around week 9. But whenever you see just one word, you can bring it in a little bit sooner. Just like I mentioned for onset fluency, reducing those to 5 words, same thing with final and medial. You can reduce those to 5 words within your kindergarten book, 5 to 7 in primary, but when you're reducing them to 5 still gives your students a chance to practice with those, but then not working with the 10 words that are currently included there. When we get to isolating the medial sound or the vowel sound, the hand motion we use for this is called a roller coaster. We move our arm like a roller coaster going over a hill. So beginning of the word is the bottom of the hill, middle of the word is the top of the hill, end of the word is the bottom of the hill. So we'd say to our students, my word is run. Run. What's my vowel sound? And they would say, they'd be able to isolate it. Now we could say as the whole word, run. We also could say to the students, watch, run. We can say each individual sound. Initial, medial, final. What was my middle sound or my vowel? So giving them a chance to hear those sounds individually. Try this one with me. My word is hit. Ready? Let's use our roller coaster. Say the word all together. Hit. What was my vowel sound? It. Now say each sound individually. Hit. It. What's my vowel sound? It. Either of those can work. Now, what we did in the kindergarten book is that we brought in long vowels. In the 2015 version of the kindergarten book, we only had short vowel sounds. Starting in week 18, we brought in long vowels. So we could say to our students, my word is keep. Keep. What's my vowel sound? And they would say E. And so being able to hear that long vowel sound in a word as well was something that was added in. If you have the old kindergarten book, you can always start to bring in words with long vowels. starting around week 18. That's something you could definitely bring in. In our primary book, we work with long vowel sounds, short vowel sounds, even R-controlled and advanced vowel sounds as well. Another way that we can use punch it out, or we can find the medial sound, isn't just with the roller coaster, but we can punch up for the medial sound. To be able to say my word is hot. Hot. You know, what's my vowel sound? And they would say ah. Be able to isolate that sound in the middle. Or to be able to say my word is read. Eed. What's my vowel sound? E. And so helping them to be able to identify that sound with two arms punched up. That is something you can use instead of the roller coaster if you feel like that's a little bit easier. It's something you'll see written into the primary book when we start to work with those R-controlled and advanced vowel sounds. But either one of those can be an option. The roller coaster or punch up for the medial sound, both can work as we work with isolating that final or medial sound in a word.